All right. Thank you for making time today, sir. I respect that you don't want to show your face, but that's okay. Would you like to introduce yourself first?
My name is Howard Boyd Siza, and I am an intern in Tadika Muslim Innovative here in Kuantan, Pahang.
I see. So here are some questionnaire that I would like to ask you. So the first one is, what are the most effective strategy you use to support second language learners in your classroom?
So technically, the most effective uh, strategies that I use to support second language learners in my classroom is to treat the second language just as important as the first language.
I see. So in your opinion, at what stage do you think children are most receptive to acquiring second language and why?
In my opinion, uh, children uh, can accept better better knowledge in second language while they are still in the early stage of life, basically when they are children. So um, we need to teach them with their second language in the early stage of life.
I see. So during your internship there, what challenges do your students face when learning second language, and how do you address them?
Well, uh, the challenges I've went through in teaching them their second language is the accent here is too thick. It's too,
Different the slang, you mean?
yeah, the slang is too thick in their way of talking, so it's very hard to mix other languages in their with their mouth, something like that. So the way I address them is to constantly teach them a second language, for instance English. So I constantly give them education and use English with them so that I can teach them better.
I see. Thank you. So, how do you incorporate the child's first language or culture into your second language teaching?
So I when I am teaching them their second language, for instance English, I mix their first language, which is Malay, to help them understand better. And also, yeah, technically that's how I use their first language to teach them their second language.
So, do you allow students to use their first language as well during lesson, or do you encourage them to speak in full English? Why?
I usually encourage them, but some students, they really can't, when they really are not uh, they really cannot talk in English or their second language. So I usually just encourage, but then I give them freedom to use any language they want in class.
I see. I assume that when you give them the full privilege to talk in their first language is to make them understand better for the second language, right?
Yes.
So the last question is, how important is the role of parents and home environment in supporting second language acquisition, in your opinion?
So in my opinion, it is very important, the role of parents and home environment in supporting second language, because it would be normalized for them, and it's way more easier for them to learn their second language.
I see. So thank you again, sir, for making your time today. I hope you have a nice day ahead. Goodbye.
You're welcome. Thank you very much.
Once again, thank you for making this time to answer some of my questions regarding second language acquisition that happens in primary school, if I'm not mistaken. Can you please introduce yourself first?
Oke, nama saya Hulen Seman, mengajar di SK Melangkap.
Thank you. So the first questions will be, what are the most effective strategy you use to support second language learners in your classroom?
Pembudayaan penggunaan bahasa.
Okay. So at what stage do you think children are most receptive to acquiring second language and why?
Ketika dia masih kanak-kanak, seperti peribahasa melentur bulu biarlah dari rebungnya. Kalau kita kalau kita mendidik anak, biarlah ketika dia masih berada di umur 12 tahun ke bawah, sebab mereka masa itulah boleh dilentur. Seperti bulu, kalau kita lentur dia apabila dia sudah berada batang dia sudah matang, maka dia cepat pecah. Tetapi ketika dia masih kanak-kanak, ketika dia masih muda, dia senang dilentur lah.
Right, thank you. So, what challenges do your student face when learning second language and how do you address them?
Bahasa persekitaran, maksud dia apa? Penggunaan bahasa ketika di rumah, ketika di sekolah, dan bahasa community setempat. Jadi apabila persekitaran dia sentiasa menggunakan bahasa ibunda, maka bahasa kedua ini, yaitu bahasa Inggris, agak susah diterapkan sebab persekitaran dia yang mencabar.
Thank you. So, how do you incorporate the child first language or culture into your second language teaching?
Di sekolah saya yang sebenarnya murid-murid saya ini ada yang memang dia punya bahasa di rumah bahasa Inggris, dan ada juga yang menggunakan bahasa Kadazan Dusun, dan ada juga yang menggunakan bahasa Melayu. Jadi untuk menerapkan ataupun menggalakkan mereka menggunakan bahasa pertama ataupun second language itu, kita mengajar mereka membudayakan bahasa di setiap mata pelajaran, terutamanya kalau bahasa Melayu mesti menggunakan bahasa Melayu, dan kalau bahasa Inggris mesti menggunakan bahasa Inggris, dan bagi mata pelajaran bahasa Kadazan Dusun mesti menggunakan bahasa Kadazan Dusun. Dan sebenarnya untuk setiap penggunaan bahasa ini, pihak sekolah, pihak panitia mata pelajaran sudah menyediakan pelbagai program untuk peningkatan penggunaan bahasa. Pihak sekolah sudah menyediakan sudut-sudut bahasa, sudah melabelkan peralatan ataupun bangunan-bangunan dengan menggunakan 3 bahasa. Jadi semua itu bertujuan untuk meningkatkan penggunaan ataupun peningkatan bahasa, penguasaan bahasa bagi murid-murid kami. Dan kita juga menggalakkan murid-murid ini mengikuti pertandingan-pertandingan yang dilaksanakan.
Thank you. So, do you allow students to use the first language during lessons, or do you encourage full immersion? Why?
Ya, pihak sekolah sentiasa menggalakkan penggunaan bahasa yang diajar di sekolah dan merancang pelbagai aktiviti untuk meningkatkan penguasaan dan pencapaian murid.
Thank you. So the last question will be, how important is the role of parents and home environment in supporting second language acquisition?
Memang sangat penting kalau kita melihat untuk penerapan ataupun penggunaan bahasa ini sebenarnya dia berasal daripada rumah, sebab masa yang diambil oleh anak-anak ini ataupun masa lebih panjang daripada masa anak ini berada di sekolah. Maksud saya di sini anak-anak lebih panjang masanya bersama dengan ibu bapa daripada bersama dengan guru-guru. Dan kalau saya melihat kepada penggunaan penguasaan bahasa anak-anak ini, ia sebenarnya berpunca daripada bahasa yang digunakan di rumah. Kalau saya melihat kepada keluarga yang menggunakan bahasa Inggris sebagai bahasa pertuturan di rumah, mereka akan membudayakan ataupun sentiasa menggunakan bahasa di rumah ketika berada di sekolah.
Alright, so thank you again for making this time for me.
Thank you juga, sama-sama.